I'm good, thanks. And now you, coach?
I'm good. Where is your daily research, brother?
Coach,
Where is your daily research?
like how daily research, coach?
Can someone explain to him, please, quickly? Because, hey, I'm starting to be impatient about this whole issue of research. Eh? Can someone explain to him, please? I want to move fast.
Uh, the the coach, what coach means is that every day learn something related to the concept of training because it's gonna be our
Hey, you are
daily research.
cutting. I can't hear you. You are cutting.
Sister Tandega, you are cutting. Eh? Sister Portia, can you assist, please? Hey.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, clearly.
Okay. What coach means is, I think he did mention before that every day it's our responsibility to post any information that we've learned on trading.
Yeah.
So he's referring to the information that you've learned today on trading.
Okay, I hear you. Coach, firstly, I'd like to apologize because I've not been present for the past week, the whole 7 days. Then I just finished the recordings. I'm the one who requested for the yesterday's recording because I didn't see it. The last recording was talking about how to draw trend lines, of which I finished today earlier. But then I didn't receive the yesterday's recording, coach. Sorry.
There was no recording for yesterday. And this thing is not on recordings. It's a normal thing that needs to be done in our mentorship. It's a standard thing, like it's unnegotiable. Why were you upset for the past 7 days? Because you did not
There
communicate about that. Why?
there was a funeral in the neighborhood, so there are no like abantu bapha, there are few people like males, so we
Look,
are assisting.
it's okay. It's okay. I'll leave you because you say you are attending a funeral, but next time I'm not gonna leave you. Just know that. Okay, cool, guys.
Okay, but
Let's look at Euro USD. We are doing a follow-up on Euro USD. I've done this pair before. I'm not gonna go into what we're supposed to do because some of the people are not here. They are still busy doing their work, right? So what I want you to understand is that this is a monthly time frame, right? This is a monthly. The first thing that you need to do, you need to look at what do we agree on. First thing that you need to look at on this monthly time frame. We're going to do this analysis together.
No
Sister,
screen,
sister,
no
sister,
screening. I'm not sure there's my network.
Sister Tande Gango, please, your network is cutting, no matter how you try to talk. So you might just listen on, because even if you try to talk, we can't hear you. It's cutting, so it's so bad, right? Okay. I said we start by what when we analyze? What do we start with? Sister Portia?
Identifying the market structure.
No, that's not the first thing that you need to look at. That is probably the second thing, right?
We look at the time frame.
No. We need to look at the type of trend. If the market is going up or down or sideways trend. That is the first thing that you need to look at, right? So our current movement is this one, right? That we want to focus on is this one. Ne? But I want us to do something different because there is something that I'm realizing, right? So it's very much important to understand where the market is coming from and where it's going. Are we together on that part? It's very much important to do what?
To identify where the market is going.
Where the market is coming from.
It's coming from.
And where the market is going. Right? So now, let's look at this. So we've got this support area, which the market has been poking on. I want to check if, is this a pattern or what, guys? Do we have such pattern? Do we have such a pattern? Is this a pattern or not?
Yes, it's a pattern.
What pattern is that one?
Triangle.
Nah. It looks like it is. You were almost there, but the where it's coming from is the problem. The triangle must come from the top. You get my point, what I mean? So this one is coming from downside, so it doesn't make it a valid pattern, actually, right? But no, it's fine. And we're not interested in it. What I'm interested in too is that, so the market has been creating some lower lows, some equal lows at this particular area, right? Then now look at this. As they approach this area, this is what they did, right? So they broke out. After breaking out, they came back to retrace. Can you see? Can you see that?
Yes.
Yes.
After retracing,
Yes, coach.
if you do not have any background noise, you can unmute yourself so that we can have a dialogue. If you don't have any background noise, because I prefer when I'm talking, I get a response. It shows that I'm with people, right? Now, after they broke out from this area, look at how the market moved, right? They kept failing to break above this area, right? Every time they tap into this area, they continue to go down, then they go up again, right? Now, I wanted us to understand, how did we come about in this particular movement that we need to focus on? So we firstly checked where we're coming from, and then now we are going to focus at the current movement, where we at. Are we together?
Yes, coach.
Okay, cool. I'm going to erase everything. Our main focus is here. I just wanted to understand where we're coming from and where we're going and what has been happening, right? So now when you look at here, you realize that, all right, the market has been poking into this area. I've been talking about this the whole week of this week, right? This must be one of our higher probability trade. And if we never get something from this, the market will be not fair, right? So now, since we are having this, as you can see that the market, it keeps on creating lower lows. The previous high point, it's below the current high point. The previous high point, the current high point is below the previous high point. Then the current high point is below the previous high point. The current high point is below the previous point. I don't know if I make sense on that one. I'm talking about this. This is the current high point. It's below the previous high point, right? This is the current high point. It's below the previous high point. So this is the current high point. It is below the previous high point. Do you get my point now? Are we together?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Now, so we've seen the market behavior, or how the market has been reacting every time it gets into this resistance level, right? So every time they pop back into that resistance, they get rejected, then they continue to go down, they pull down again, they continue to go into that area, they pull back, continue to go into that area, they pull back. But remember, when the market approaches this type of areas, what do we look for? In order for us to know that if we are going to break, or the market will continue with how it's been moving. What do we look for in these areas?
Factors of confluence.
Factors of confluence, you're correct. What are those factors of confluence? See now, what are those factors of confluence? What?
Evening, coach, and evenings, everybody. The factors of confluence that you look at, the first thing you first check whether the something is distracting me now. You check whether you check the high, whether the market created higher highs or higher lows, where you know the direction of
we're sitting at an area of interest at the resistance already.
Yes.
The market has been constantly turning from this area. What I am asking is that what are the factors of confluence that we need to look for in order to get a confirmation if the market is going to continue to break above or they will make a reversal from it? That's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for too many things. What are those factors of confluence?
Candlestick formation.
Thank you. That's what I wanted, right? So do we have candlestick formations right there? That's my question.
Yes, we have.
What are those candlestick formations?
Is it the doji?
The doji. Yes, I don't blame
Yes.
you. That candlestick really looks like a doji. Another one, what is another candlestick formation?
Kinda to the top.
Yeah, it kind of like, but it didn't really complete. You're right. I would also say it's the top, and I would stick by that, right? And then you look at the next candlestick, try to go against those trees at top, but it failed. If you look at it, remember these highs and what they speak, right? You need to understand those things. I want to show you something. So when you dive deep here, right, you realize something. So let's look at this. This is the high from where the trees at top started and where the other candlestick closed, right? Then look at this. As they close here, they body close here. They pushed up a little bit. They failed to go and trade above where the last bearish candlestick of the trees at top opened, right? And then after that, the following candlestick tried to push up. What happened? It got rejected. And then it ended up doing what? Closing inside what? The previous high. Remember, we do not count a week. We only count body close. I don't know if I make sense or not, or I'm speaking in parables. We don't count weeks, shadows. Shadows are just there to give us what transpired over the past trading session. Because if we were not there, remember, if a shadow, if the candlestick is bearish and then the shadow is bullish, obviously, right? We wouldn't know that the market went up before it closed below. So it just serves as a history to tell us that this is what transpired during this session. For these bells to obviously win the price, this is what took place. But now we cannot count that to say that's the high that we had. No, we cannot. It's just because that battle, they didn't win it, right? We're counting this current candlestick where it body closed. So I would comfortably tell you that we've got this high, and then the market have constantly failed to trade above this high. I don't know if we are together. You guys are sleeping.
I'm not sleeping.
Loud and clear, sir.
We are
We are
with you.
together. We are together. I'm not sleeping, but
Now,
there's a background noise.
okay. Now, there is some factors of confluence that we've got here, which are candlestick formations. That tells us that we might have a reversal. And on top of that, we are sitting at an area of interest. where the market has been constantly bouncing when it gets to this area. Are we together on that note?
Yes.
Now, before I move to the next step, then now what does this mean? All the factors of confluence that we got, what do they say?
Can I try?
Yes.
It's pointing us to a downtrend.
It's pointing us to start moving on a downtrend, right? Okay, you correct. Another one. Another one.
So basically, it's highly likely to reverse.
It's most likely to reverse. Based on what? Based on the factors of confluence.
Yes.
You don't just look at the market and say, oh, we're sitting at the resistance. It's gonna continue to go back because since every time we get into this area, the market keeps on reversing, no. You need to look deep into it to see if what is the market saying? Because remember, candlestick are what? What is candlesticks? Mr. Posha, are you there?
For confirmation.
No. Mr. Posha, are you there?
It's a trading language.
Candlesticks are used as the language that the market uses to communicate with us. So you have to pay attention to those candlestick formation, right? Now, let's look at weekly. Let's look at weekly time frame. So when we come to weekly, we're not going to obviously focus on the whole entire movement. Remember, we already know where we are sitting at, looking at the monthly time frame, but it still says the same thing. As you all can see, when the market approaches this area, it does what? It respects this area. But we're not going to focus on the whole entire movement. So this is what we are going to do. We're just going to focus right here. We already understand what's happening on the bigger picture. So we are going to do what? We're just going to focus right here. We've got three types of counter trend. You tell me what type of counter trend is this one? What type of counter trend is this one?
It's a trend whereby it creates its own high. It creates its own. It breaks highs, respect lows.
It doesn't respect. You said it right in the beginning. It doesn't respect any low. It doesn't respect any high. It breaks highs and create its own higher high and its own lower lows. And as it moves, it creates an imbalance in between, right? It creates, this is what we call the imbalance in between. Right? Now, I want you to understand this type of counter trend that the market was moving with. That's the first. So it's very much important to understand the nature of the market in order for you to be able to understand what really is happening wherever you are seated, where the market is seated at, right? Now, when we get to the top, look at this. Remember, from the monthly time frame, this is the most high and this is the strongest area of interest. Are we together on that note or we not?
Together.
Now, what do you call this?
Kinda M pattern.
I'm not looking for a pattern, but okay, let me just tell you because probably I've never mentioned this. This is called an accumulation. when the market create an impulsive move like that, right? And then at the end, somewhere it starts being choppy. It's called an accumulation before their next impulsive movement. I don't know if I make sense or not. It's called accumulation. So what EURUSD is doing, it's on an accumulating phase. Right? Now, what I wanted you to understand when then now we're looking at the counter trend, it's the fact that the market has been trending. But all of a sudden, when we get here to the top, they stop trending. Then they create equal highs. Did you get that point? They create what?
Equal highs.
Highs. And start even with the accumulation process. Now, the next thing that I want you to look at, it's the candlestick formation. What are the candlestick formation saying in this particular area? What are candlestick formation saying? What is this candlestick? Let's start from here, from this one. What is this candlestick? The candlestick before that long one with the long wick. What is that candlestick?
Doji.
That's a doji candlestick, right? Thank you. The next
Yes.
The next one, what is this candlestick?
Shooting star.
It's a
Very shooting star.
Why you say it's a shooting star?
No?
Why are you saying it's a shooting star? Because it has a body.
For them, so puri king on.
Come again?
King on. Puri. It's small. This
It's a
body.
shooting star because the body it's the opening and the close are almost equal.
That body is too big to be a shooting star, guys.
it's a hammer.
That body is too big to be a shooting star.
It can't be a hammer.
Can't be a shooting star, I'm telling you.
Also, it can be hammer. Hammer, it have a big body.
No. When are you always contradicting yourself with shooting star?
No, but
I don't
it's
know. My brother, you always contradict yourself when it comes to shooting star and hammer pin bar, and I don't know why. Look at this, brother. I want to give you an example. Look at this. You see this red small candlestick, this one?
Yes.
You could call that because the body is very small, bro. It's very small. Then you look at the body of this candlestick. Is this a small body, this one? This one? You always contradict yourself when it comes. The body must be very small, bro. It must not be this big. The minute it's this big, that's a hammer bearish pin bar.
Okay, sir.
yeah, I can see because the one also yeah.
You look at this, I'll give you an example, right? As much as it has a shadow below, You can't say this is a shooting star because the body is very big. It should be a hammer, right? You don't have to contradict yourself with these things. It's very simple, right? You look at the body of this thing, this one, it's very small compared to that one, right? I'm giving you examples of the ones which you look at the body candlestick of this one. The body is very big. It's not that small as this one, right? The minute the body becomes more visible, bro, that's a hammer. The body must be there, but not be there. You understand what I mean? But the lucky thing about this pattern that you always confuse yourself is that once it forms, whether it's a hammer pin bar or is that gravestone, it represents the same movement. So you're lucky with that. So it won't really affect you that much. I don't know if you understand me what I mean, right? So we've got what? A bearish hammer pin bar right there at the top, right? And then what does a bearish hammer pin bar represent when it is formed? What does it
Reverse.
It represents reversal, right? Now, if you look at the next candlestick that is formed after that bearish hammer pin bar, that's a doji, and also at the same time engulfing the body of the bearish hammer pin bar. So we've got a doji and we've got a bearish candlestick, right? At the same time. Now, if you look at the following candlestick that is following, it's also getting rejected from the right there at the top. So we've got more factors of confluence to sell than to buy because we've got equal highs to start with. The market stopped creating trending market when they got here, right? We are on a accumulation phase, right? We are sitting at the end of an uptrend where it's a resistance.
Resistance.
Right? In terms of market structure, we are yet to break. We have not yet break, but we are yet to break, right? But then now, I think we've got more factors of confluence to say we could look for some sells. But obviously, we have to drop down to small time frame. Now we go to daily time frame to find out what can we find there. So on daily time frame, the thing that I'm going to focus on is the market structure, right? So we've seen the market creating higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, higher high, higher lows, high, broke structure, right? Immediately when they broke structure, what did they do? They pull back to retrace, and then we expect them to continue to go down based on all the factors of confluence that we've been getting, right? Now, let's look at where the structure is broken. In order for us to understand, I know some of you still don't understand how the structure got broken. Let me try to break it down again. So this is higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then higher low, high, and then lower low, and then lower high. We expect the market to drop to the downside direction. Now, let's look at here. What's happening right here? At the break of structure, break and retest structure, what is happening?
There's a candlestick formation there.
There's some candlestick formation that takes place, right?
Yes.
Okay. What is this candlestick formation pattern? What are those candlestick formation? First, I can tell you we've got rejections. Number two, what do we have? Guys, what are the candlestick formation that are there? Guys, don't you know about candlestick formation?
Doji
Can I start,
candlestick.
coach?
Yeah?
Doji candlestick.
We've got doji.
Got the hammer pin bar.
We've got a hammer pin bar. We've got rejection.
Got doji again.
It's currently trying to form a doji again. Right? So all these candlestick formations, right, they represent what? Reversal. Because we are at the retest area. Right? Higher high, higher low, high, lower low, lower high. We expect them to drop to the downside direction. So we all agree we've got more factors of confluence to sell than to buy, right?
Yes. Yes.
Now let's go to H4. When we get to H4, right? Previously, we've had an uptrend. We've had an uptrend. After this uptrend, this is where the magic happened. This is where the structure was broken. This is higher high, higher low, high, and then lower low. This is where the magic happened. After this lower low, we've seen the market pulling back. We anticipated the retrace, and then they continue to go to the downside direction. But like I've already mentioned, when the market got here, they started accumulating, right? So,
Yes.
so this is where the structure got broken of this particular area. Now, I want you to look at this as well. Where the structure broke, it's also an area of
Interest.
It's also an area of interest, which is very much important for the market to trade below this area. Right? Now, I would put this like this. In order for us to find an entry, we need to trade below this area right here. Because if the market keeps on trading above here, we are trading above a very strong area, which we don't want to find ourselves caught on some false breakout, right? I then said yesterday, this is an accumulation phase that we are on, right? So on this accumulation phase, there's something that I love about it. We've got a high and we've got a low, right? So this is the high of the accumulation phase. And then this is the low right here. I'm not going to put another line. So I want you to look at this. Why did the market broke out from this uptrend? Ne? Why did the market broke out from this uptrend that they've been creating? They already started preparing a downtrend right here. I make it looks easy, ne? I make it looks easy, right?
Yes, it does.
Definitely.
Okay. Wait until you have to do it yourself. It's only practice that makes it looks like this. Right? Now, since the market is already preparing to create, it's already started this downtrend, right? It means you are seated at what? At the diagonal resistance. We anticipate a pullback to the downside, right? Here is the tricky part. that you need to pay attention to. Yesterday, I did mention on my live TikTok, I said, since we have this accumulation phase, we then now have to wait to body close below, retest, and then we continue to go down. If the market fell to body close here, because yesterday I said tomorrow we're expecting NFP. Unfortunately, it seems like there is no NFP tomorrow due to some holidays or whatever that's happening in the US, right? So if they body close above, remember they did not only trade above the diagonal resistance only, but they also maintained this area of interest here. That is here. I don't know if you understand. They also maintain to trade above it. So I'm more interested into them body closing below. I'll show you something that happened today, which that's why it's very much important for you to pay attention to little details that happens in the market. I want you to look at this just right here. The market has been body closing right here. Can you see? The market has been body closing right here. Can you see that? Look at this carefully.
Yes, coach.
There's this little body close outside of that area. The wicks are the ones which have been pulling down. But today we body closed from this area. Come on, wake up. Can you see what I'm showing you or you don't?
We see it, coach.
Right? For the first time after this accumulation, we have managed to body close below that area. It's the same as above. If they ever body close just a little bit above from this area where the market has been body closing at, that will be the breakout. But the beautiful thing is that we have body closed below this area today. Now, what do we expect since we have body closed? This is a retest for me. If they maintain to trade below here, they give us some factors of confluence here, we are going down. Now, we need to pay attention to this area. I'm going to go to 1 hour so that we can get this body close thing nicely. That will be the last time frame. Right? Okay. Can you see what I was talking about when I say we have body close below this area? Right? We have already body closed below this accumulation phase. So as you all can see, this was the accumulation phase that we've been having from the bigger time frame, and then the market has body closed. They came back. So what we're waiting for, we're just waiting for some factors of confluence right there, then we continue to go down. So the magic is going to be right here. We then now have to wait for them to do what? To give us some factors of confluence right here. Since they have body close, we want them to retrace and then they continue to go down. But if they continue to go up like this, we are not interested into buying. That's one thing I'm going to tell you. That's where the patience comes in. Because someone now, because they have already broken out, he will be jumping into the trade. No. I want a complete rejection from this place, right here. I don't know if it makes sense. It's a very simple thing. We're just waiting for them.
Yes, it does.
We're just waiting for them to
Makes
from here and start trading out of this zone. The minute they start trading out of this zone somewhere here, that's where we're going to get our entry. Just a little bit somewhere here. That's where we're going to get our entry. Immediately when they start trading around here, that's where we're going to get our entry to continue to go down. There is nothing complicated, right?
Yes.
I've taught you how to put together the strategy, the factors of confluence. So I don't want to hear anyone at the end of the session. If you don't practice these things that I'm showing you, don't say I didn't show you. I've broken down from bigger time frame to small time frame to show you how I connect everything and how you continuously wait